coming up next.
Alright, what's up everybody? We are here at Titanic, and I guess it's also a bubble thing, but we were just about to enter the Titanic Artifact exhibition, so let's go in. Let's see what's going on. Alright, we are just about to enter here, but I want to take a look at this because we got an official ticket. This is Mr. Frank John Goldsmith. He's 33 from Stroud, Kent, England. He's accompanied by his wife, his son, aged 9, and his 2 friends traveling to Detroit. He was hoping to find work as a toolmaker. So this is a little interesting thing. They give you a little ticket that was an official member who was on the Titanic. So there you go, a little bit of lore here as we enter. Check out this model of the Titanic. Wow, look how detailed and intricate it is. Even little figurines of people on that ship. Could not conceive of any vital disaster happening to this vessel. Modern shipbuilding has gone beyond that. And that was from the Captain Edward J. Smith, Commodore, White Star Line. All right, let's enter the ship.
Welcome to First Class Deck. Tickets were $2,500 or $57,000 in today's money. In B Deck, we even had more luxurious ones that were $4,200 or $103,000 in today's money. Can you smell anything a bit different here in First Class Deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the smell of money.
It's the smell of money. That's amazing. It smells very like floral, almost. It almost smells like kind of like a mix between a floral and a spa. Wow. This is by the Shipbuilder magazine in 1911. Everything has been done in regards to the furniture and fittings to make first-class accommodations more than equal to that provided in the finest hotels on shore. This ship is like a palace. My cabin ripping, hot and cold water, a very comfy looking bed, and lots of room. Kuhl-Wollner first class passenger. So yes, if you didn't know, this is a first class cabin and it could accommodate 750 first class passengers, as it says right there. Again, abundant space. And the most luxurious suites were located on B deck, included private promenades, and the cost of this ticket, $2,500 back in the day, or approximately $57,200 adjusted for inflation. And the luxurious suites on B deck that were even better were $4,500 or $103,000 today. Imagine paying to cross the Atlantic on a big ship and paying $103,000 to do it because you had no other way to do it. Wow. And again, even certain extras were not free of charge, so imagine you're paying $103,000. Technically, it's not all-inclusive because the Turkish bath, gym, and squash court all required additional fee to use them. So, how about that? So here is the first class smoking room, and if you can see the square box that's in this image, this is actually to protect, there was insulation and extra walls put in, so there'd be these weird sort of square areas in the middle of rooms, and that would be connections for the funnels so that the funnels didn't overheat the room and it could exhaust the heat properly, because the funnels would get to scorching temperatures that would definitely heat up the ship. So, interesting little factoid there as well as we continue our walk here into Titanic. This is the second class menu for Titanic. So some different food options here for those aboard. And here is the third class options. This is third class, and what third class looked like with these bunks. A very, very small room. You can see also there was no roof in that, not connected up to the roof anyway, so noise would travel very easily, and the walls were extremely thin too. A lot of just planks of wood that were put together to make these third class rooms. As it says right there, could move the ship about 60 feet or 1.5 seconds at full speed. Fascinating, isn't it? This is so cool, I can't believe it. So this is what people thought made Titanic practically unsinkable, was the watertight doors and the 15 compartments. Unfortunately, too many compartments filled up with water. We'll see more about that in a little bit, but this is an example of one of these doors. So it's about maybe 7 feet, and this would come down and lock. And as you saw with the part over there, that would be the mechanism that would close the door, and you had to be through the door when they were closing it as the water started filling up, or else you would be shut inside of one of these rooms. This is so cool, man. So this is where the collision occurs. And of course, Titanic actually had a really good turning radius on it. Actually, people often make the assumption it needed a bigger rudder. In fact, it was one of the most agile ships at the time, but obviously didn't quite work out. However, an interesting fact, if they turned it centimeters before, we would have never had this disaster. So an interesting little fact again there. Of course, one of the coolest and accurate videos to date. I'm not going to record too much of it. Go check out Titanic Honor and Glory. They have an amazing animation that is one of the most accurate of the actual event. So here we have the Carpathia, some stats on the Carpathia as well, and Burma, and the distance where they were from the ship. And this is the other two ships, of course. Mount Temple from the Canadian Pacific Line was a liner that was 91 kilometers away, so closer than the Carpathia, as well as the infamous Californian from the Leland Line. They were only 35 kilometers away. Alright, so this is really cool. They've made a little area here for you to touch the iceberg. And the waters of the North Atlantic were below freezing, again registering 28 degrees Fahrenheit. And of course you need a lower temperature in salt water to actually freeze it. So here we can actually feel the iceberg and how cold it was. There is no chance that people can be in that type of water and survive, but ooh, that is cold. That is freezing. Oh my, that is shocking. Ow. That actually is pain. There's some pain that registers with that. That is really cold. Wow. Oh my god, that actually... I held my hand there for what, 5 seconds max? That is free. We're gonna try. We're gonna do one more time. Oh. Oh yeah, no, that is... My hand is instantly freezing. Wow, that is cold. Like, you know, you think of cold as like cold, but no. That is... very, very cold. Interesting little thing here to touch the iceberg, and that again is just, man, it is freezing. This is so cool, dude. I can't even put it into words, man. Of course, the famous line of women and children first. Here are the davits that were actually used to launch the Titanic's lifeboats. a revolutionary technology at the time for Titanic. So this fragment was originally located on the starboard side of the ship between C and D decks, visible holes that once held the rivets attached to the ship. So this is actually a piece of the ship that we can touch. Oh, whoa. I love this so much. So let's learn a little bit more about Mr. Frank John Goldsmith. Hoping that Frank had to survive, his wife Emily scoured the Carpathia to no avail. Frank was gone. His last words to his son were, "See you later." Frank's body, if recovered, was never identified. So unfortunately he did pass away in the disaster. And here are the names of everybody who was saved and lost. First class, second class, third class, of course, had the most fatalities of the passengers of the ship. And the crew had the most fatalities of any group on the ship. Of course, here's the Canadian connection, is that many of those who were found that did end up dying in the accident were relocated to Halifax, stored for their families to come and continue that process. And of course, Toronto even had a connection as well, as the mayor pledged $5,000 from the city and encouraged citizens to donate, in the quote being their sympathy with the sufferers in a tangible form. Interesting little connection to the whole story, with that photo being from Young and King. Wow. We are all passengers on the Titanic. Jack Foster, Irish philosopher. And this is the exit of it. And with that, our time at the Titanic Artifact Exhibition is done. That was an incredible experience. It was so awesome to just see like history like that and kind of get to sort of experience sort of what it was like. Anything like this ever opens near you, please go and see it. I know it's a little bit of a different video today, but I thought it would be really interesting, and I love, you know, the story of Titanic, just all the facts about it. And you know, I've been someone who really enjoys kind of diving into stuff like this, and so I thought it was a great idea to do this. And of course, I will also be doing a lot more stuff that's not just coasters, like I said before, and so this is one of those things. Don't worry, coasters are not disappearing, I promise. Really, really cool thing to experience, and hopefully you guys get to experience this as well, because it was great. That's another thing over there, but yeah, absolutely amazing. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff. Share it with your friends, why not? They might be interested in Titanic, so I would think it would be a good idea to do that. That is it from Titanic, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Oh God, now I need to go back home in this. Oh, this sucks. And I almost forgot to include it. We got a little bit of a keepsake for home, so a couple little things here that are getting covered in snow, so I'm gonna put them away, but I almost forgot to include them in the video. A couple bucks each. They're pretty cool. Gonna hang them up on the wall, of course, so yeah, awesome.